Alright, folks, it's a brand new best of 5. Oh my god, I just realized this is the match of the last... No other players capitalized the last O in their name except for these two.
Is that true?
So, I don't think anyone else does. I challenge chat to let me know if I'm wrong. But anyways, it's game number 1. It's a best of 5. It's the other semifinals. And to the top left, he's probably my favorite Protoss player, right up there with Zest. It's Root Gaming's herO.
The other herO capitalizes the O. It's the bottom right hand side. I believe Zerg player is soO.
Sorry, I made of active pros.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I'm going back to
got him.
You got me.
herO got him too. A little cheeky pylon block there. So you're gonna have to take that third as his natural.
I'm trying to think of people which have O's in the end of the name.
I mean, this weird random one's like Alive has his L capitalized for some reason
yeah,
and
sure,
stuff like that. But
can you even name another pro with an O at the end of their name?
Stefano.
Petit Drogo. Yeah, I just can't.
Yeah, that wasn't even hard. Morty, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, this really wasn't hard at all. It was really difficult to like.
Don't check out the Morty Invitational later.
As soon as I asked the question, I was like, nope, I've just thought of at least 2.
Yep. How many gamers can you even think of that use a mouse? I mean, honestly.
Gumiho, okay, yeah, there's even Koreans. Okay, I'll just shut up.
Casting with us right now is the German ex-pro current commentator for Take TV, Naruto.
You said active pros.
Got him. Okay, so cheekiness aside here from our banter, but more importantly for the players, herO doesn't end up doing too much with this. This probe can sometimes wander off and be that proxy probe, but instead he's just kept up with scouting in the main. So he knows about the bases, he knows about the gas timing. herO has everything he needs to know about soO right now. soO, on the other hand, has only just dipped into the natural. He just got scouting information, even confirmed that it was a Nexus taken, but of course it is, it's Protoss. You don't need to play silly nowadays.
Yeah, we've seen the Stargate coming up as well as the initial tech here from herO. I'm always really intrigued to see how Protosses are opening nowadays, to see if they do kind of really diverge away from the Stargate and Archon drops, but the reality is, it's all about Stargate and Archon drops, again, for yet another patch. We've seen a few like Glaive openings now as well, but Stargate really is just the be-all and end-all, it seems.
Well, yes and no, right? So what's interesting, and I don't know whether it's a good thing or not, but I swear every Protoss player is trying to make Colossus work. They're trying to make Colossus a thing, even if it's not destined to be the case. And in some very rare scenarios, it works out really well. Showtime had a really sick series where he did this, but then it was just surrounded by Serral, or like Harsum getting crushed by Serral. Like, oh yeah, everybody got crushed by Serral, frankly, that one particular day. But in general, I'm not seeing a lot of games go too well if it is Colossus. So while we do kind of like, it's Archons in charge lots, what a surprise, it's also, well, it works, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does work, right? I mean, there's a reason it gets used again and again. Intrigued to see how herO just plays in general, because last time I saw him playing some PvZ recently, he played like an absolute monster. Like, he was just destroying Zergs left, right, and center.
One of the really cool things, though, about the way this has gone, Zergs have started stepping it up quite a bit. I referenced Serral. Obviously, I'm going to reference him again. I think Serral's actually probably better than almost... Not every, but almost every player out there that Zerg, doesn't matter what region you're from. And they're showing a large display of skill against a large display of macro Protoss builds, and two things really shine through. Between the Korean Zergs and Serral, lurkers have proven to be a thing. If you're not using them, maybe you should. On the other hand, though, Infestors have got some very question mark use, right? They got nerfed in the patch. A lot of people stopped using them full stop, but a couple have started using them again between neural parasites and the odd not even fungal growths, but infested Terrans. Infestors have found a really cool spot in this matchup again.
Yeah, that's nice to kind of see them being used, but not like stupidly en masse like they were a little bit in kind of like before this big patch went live. Infestors were just being like massed up like every single game to like insane amounts, but now they've kind of found what I feel like a spellcaster should be, like a nice little niche. Like, you can get a few of them and they really can do a little bit, and you know, some cases it's better to get a few more. I like them. As we do see herO, by the way, approaches with a few adepts, and well, just nothing really in position apparently for soO, but hero's not going to get too aggressive as Lings get in. Oh, that wall wasn't tight enough.
That really shouldn't have happened, and not so much because he's gonna lose a couple probes, but denying scouting would have been really nice. Because now soO's not wondering, like, are there 7 gateways in the main? Do I have to worry about an all-in coming with these charge lots and Archons? Like, he actually sees there's pretty regular production, so he might just be able to, frankly, squeeze out a few more units for this. But he's not. He's actually... There we go. There's the drones coming in now.
Yeah, it's actually... it's a big shame because obviously the whole point of like getting a Phoenix out as well to push the Overlords was to deny that scouting. So now just soO kind of knows everything.
Yeah.
He saw the kind of adept numbers. He actually knows these adepts are coming. They're just shaded, so the Lynx can jump on them. Apparently he doesn't want to commit fully though. I kind of feel as though he maybe could have traded out, but at the same time I guess going in towards the third Nexus could get some damage done as well. So soO trying to decide what he wants to go for here to make the most, but doesn't find any openings.
He does stop herO briefly, but here on the other side is getting those Archons rock and rolling, and here's the guy with Warp Prism Micro for days. You can do some very fancy stuff. And of course, quick note, if you guys are enjoying the skins you're seeing here, these are the new War Chest skins, the Purifier Protoss ones. And frankly, the Archons are probably my favorite. Big dumb circles and awesome huge shoulder pads. Some people like them, some people hate them. I love them.
It's like an adept that just got sized up and I guess like...
Its New Year's resolution was to go to the gym and it actually did it.
Yeah. Oh my god, those drones are stacked though, and they will take splash if they stay stacked. Meanwhile, there's Lings in the main base, which are killing a lot of probes. herO has to kind of start controlling this a little bit better. That's 17 workers. That's so much damage being dealt here. Finally, the Oracle arrives to help out the Adepts as well. I mean, herO didn't do that much with the Archons. He gets a second Queen now at the front of the crit spread, but I mean, still, to lose 18 workers, that's painful. That's really painful. But that said, actually, look at the worker counts, 40 to 52. Like, herO was actually way ahead on workers before this, so it's not too bad for him.
He's got plenty of energy across these 3 Nexus. Corona boosting those probes if he feels desperate, totally available. But he's not. He's not even building anymore. He's just perhaps going all in with this. This is a little before charge is done, but this kind of feels like, well, what the heck do you have all this Chrono saved up for then? Yeah,
he's actually not Chrono boosting anything at all, right? He could Chrono charge out, I mean, even gateways for an extra warp in if he is going to go all in. Well, here we go. Archons to the south side, going to turn and come over to the left. Honestly, there's just so much here for herO. Those Lings are disappearing. There's 1, 2, 3 roaches. They're not really going to help out. I mean, even Overlord's going to be caught in the crossfire.
soO got some really good bailing hits there, but this all-in is just that all-in. And right now, with all these warp-ins, that army supply difference, soO's not going to win this by having more drones at the end of the day. soO's got to win this by taking an army fight and by trickling in, losing even just 1 roach like this. Not something he can afford to do at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is all damage which soO is just not going to be able to deal with. herO, that's what I mean, man. Even when he loses 18 workers, he's just so good. I'm actually kind of confused as to what happened for soO, because he was just on 52 drones, and yet there's no reason for him to be that low on drones, and not really with like a massive army or anything. Yes, herO just good pressure throughout, and just putting his opponent in a position where, you know, it's one of those awkward ones where it's very hard to actually see it happening, but you kind of force out units with the Adepts, and you know, that kind of becomes a thing that affects you later. Well played by herO, though. Did the job.
Yeah. Well, that's just game 1 in a best of 5, though, so we got at least 2, if not, hopefully 4 more matches to go.
Hope for the 5 games.
I always do. I always do. Like, the thing is, no matter how biased I am, no matter which matchup it is, whether I love or hate the player, more games is always better. Plain and simple, regardless of who is playing. And so I'm always rooting for that 5th game. But wow, we got another 1,000 bits coming in from Black Spade Kamui. Let's go, herO. Thank you for the bits, man. Swift raging it up.
Dude, I love that Ace SS is still an emote, by the way.
You know, we unlocked another one I haven't used yet. Goddamn, fucking Ace SS. Alright, Abyssal Reef, see you guys in the map. Welcome back, folks. Hopping into game number 2. Spawn to the bottom right, kicking it off with a bang. He's got a 1-0. It's Root Gaming's.
What a pause.
I can't. I was gonna try to hold my breath. That wasn't gonna last.
That was not gonna work. All right. Well, you can just go from the top again once soO.
Oh, who's ref? Do you get ref?
I'm ref. Do you not want me to wait for soO just to double?
Oh yeah, wait for soO. Just
yeah. I got this under control.
I love this logic where herO pauses the game, soO immediately tabs out. He's on social media. He's on Facebook.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, here it did the countdown for us. What a good guy.
Game resumed.
All right. Pretending there wasn't a pause there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's game number 2. Best of 5 semifinals and kicking it off with a bang. To the bottom right, we've got the red Protoss, herO.
I love as well. It's like this is the introduction where you're like kick it off with a bang, and it's just like pause. It's like that's not quite a bang. Kick it off with a bang as well to the top left-hand side though with the 12 pool. That blue Zerg player is soO.
We'll see if this gets scouted though. A little bit of mind games as we had with this drone right now. While this goes on, ooh, Gladwell, you look good, bro. Thank you for that good sound bite coming in with $5. They say cheers for the SC2 casts. Well, thank you for watching them. Also, someone in chat, was this Alex Black 13 says, why do I see ads on this channel? Unfortunately, despite what people seem to misunderstand, because we don't advertise it as such anywhere, this is not something where if you subscribe, you get ad-free viewing. If you want to get ad-free viewing, you can do it through Twitch Prime, but unfortunately, we do rely on ad revenue for quite a big portion of our income and budget per month, so we can't really offer ad-free viewing. I would love to. I'd love to be in a world where we made enough money and we're like the real streamers of the world. We got donations and subs at the wazoo, but unfortunately we do got to run ads. So my apologies if you misunderstood that at any point, but we also are very responsible with our ads. Oh,
let me see these links going forwards, and herO is just gonna wall in time.
Yeah, he was like one step away from goofing real bad. Couple probes helping keep the lings off of the Zealot, reducing that surface area. Another one pops out here in just a second. This looks manageable, but this also was quite messy and very, very almost dangerous.
Oh, that's all gonna go down. I mean, a couple more lings coming in. Will he get that probe? He doesn't.
Oh,
nice save. So that probe's still headed towards the lings. He's gonna be okay here. herO's gonna hold this off. And obviously, already he's kind of in a good spot. Okay, his Nexus a little bit delayed, but so was the hatchery of the Zerg player. And herO comes out 7 workers ahead, so already a huge eco lead. So yeah, I don't really think get enough of this.
No, he didn't. It's gonna be tough. This unfortunately, you know, if this gets the pylon, this kills the Zealot. This is a little bit more, forces a probe pull. It's worth it. Unfortunately, not the best opener for soO, and we'll see how he plays off the back end of it. People are asking in chat, does Twitch Prime screw you guys, but the no ads? No, actually, Twitch Prime is done in a very miraculously marvelous, I love Twitch for doing it this kind of a way. What happens is, if you've got Twitch Prime, you'll never see a commercial on Twitch. But the channel you're in, it will still count as if you did. So let's say you're Joe Schmo, you don't ever plan to subscribe to BaseTradeTV, but you're just sitting there AFK with your Twitch Prime status active. Dude, we get that tenth of a penny or whatever it's worth when you see that ad every single time. It's great. So just by being here with Twitch Prime, you guys are helping us a ton. Obviously, if you're willing to sub with Twitch Prime, it's the best. But either way, just being here helps us when we do play those ads. So thank you to all the Twitch Prime users in chat. Y'all are awesome. Also, speaking of Twitch Prime, to Jimmy21, thank you for Twitch Priming it up with that sub, man.
Dev's making it to the main base. soO was already forced to make a lot of lings to actually defend this, and this is all just kind of work account, which herO's taking advantage of. Loses one on depth, but look how many lings he's forced out. This could be soO at like 36 drones to 32 probes right now. He's actually making more lings, so he's actually just going to all in with this. So he's just going to go.
Well, the other thing too is the Evo Chamber's coming out, and I don't think this is for +1 weapons, Wardy. I think this is for a quick way to get up into that main base.
Don't think he's going to +1 upgrade this game. Unless he's really going to surprise us, but yeah, this is going to be Dropper Lords and all the rest of it. As we get this up and ready to go. Slithering 42 of the Twitch Prime sub.
Damn, I was going to pun that. It's like they're going to be slithering into soO's base.
The one time I joined in on the shoutouts, and I ruined it for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, way to go, Wardy. You fucking koala shirt wearing motherfucker. What is that shirt you got? Singapore Zoo?
Yeah, from the Singapore Zoo. I got a koala there. I went there with you, Fimmel.
Okay, I can't wait to show this off when we get out again. You can see the shirt. It's better than Zombie Grub's cats. But, oh man, we got a donation. We'll get to that in just a moment. Thank you, kind soul. But right now, a lot of Zerglings are getting into the main base. He was hoping to find some dead space that herO couldn't see, but herO actually built really well in the main. So he has full vision on everything that's happening. The Phoenix doesn't chase off the Overlord in time. Lings hitting that front gate. Nothing in the wall. Oh, this could start working out for soO. But he's got to kill, like, bare minimum 20 workers to make this even close to playable. So he's got a long road ahead of him, but he's already up to 15 workers killed. Not too shabby.
This Oracle in the sky is just sat here. It's not even activating his pulsar beam. Now the second one does. Oh, I mean, the Lings are keep on breaking through. There's going to be more of them hitting the mineral line in a moment or two. They're going to go for the main. herO is only 4 workers behind, which is playable here because soO isn't droning up. He's making even more Zerglings. So herO really can't afford to lose too much more. soO is getting so many workers still.
Yeah, 31 probes dead, bringing him down to 12. This is a bad case of the feels bad, man, for herO, who was in such an outstanding spot earlier. That wall, if that wall was plugged, soO probably doesn't do even half the damage he's done here. They drop Overlords, getting cleaned up by the Phoenix. herO's starting to stabilize, but man, he's got a long way to go on 12 workers. He's chronoing out workers. That's how badly he needs them. He's not even mining gas. He needs every mineral. He needs everything he can get his hands on.
Yeah, and obviously behind this, soO just begins his transition, drones up, builds that melee upgrade, prepares for the Oracle, harassed with spores, and he's going to be able to play this one out. He said at least 20 workers. He got more than that, and that was really just herO, his mistake of not plugging the wall.
By the way, we got $10 coming in from Papa Mitch. Says, thanks for the tournament. Thank you for that soundbite. Let's play that again. It sounds so good. Any excuse. And then...
You could make a full song out of this, by the way.
Yeah, it's almost like it took the bite from the sound of a song.
Oh, is it from a song? Really?
It is, yeah. And also, Logic comes in with $50, becomes the bit boss, in doing so, moitering everybody. I'm drunk, so enjoy the passion of the dollary dues. I can't wait till Australia actually recognizes that as their currency. Thank you very much, Logic. You're a good man, and thank you for the $50. Then Bleed Seed also is a Prime sub. Thank you guys all so much for that support. But man, if anyone needs your support right now, it's herO. Tries to get some counterattack damage done. Not good enough. 4 workers.
No. I mean, 12 workers behind, it seems silly to say, but it's not super terrible over just yet. But making 10 more drones, soO's gonna start making this like too much of a gap to make up. I mean, the Oracles get 3 more drones here. herO needs to do something with this Warp Prism, the Archons with the Temple Archives finishing up now. There's the Hallucinated Prism already.
That's so clever too. I mean, the Queens were already chasing it because soO definitely thought that was real. That's clever. Small things like that are good ways to start getting back in the game, but it's not a beautiful female YouTube vlogger. This is not a makeup tutorial.
Gonna be pretty rough, right? I mean, a couple Archons coming in. soO's actually supply blocked. 3 Overlords on the way, but takes a little while.
I was proud of my joke, even if no one else was.
I really it really caught me off guard to the point I was just like, I actually don't get this right now. I was like, dude, my brain's just not processing this one fast enough to say anything useful in return. So I was just gonna like let it lie and move on.
This is really good, actually. This pressure out of here, I wasn't sure if this was going to be super all-in or what. Like, he had left some units at home defensively, sure, but he didn't have that many units anyways. He is trying to take a 3rd base. So, if he gets this base back down, again, with Chrono Boost, he's caught up in workers decently, but the Archons, if perfectly controlled, can do some decent damage to keep soO at home. And that's all he really needs to do. He doesn't have to secure, like, a 40-worker kill count, by the way, getting some nice shots here in the natural. He just has to keep soO from pushing out. He has to keep soO from killing his own 3rd. While he gets that base up, then he'll be in a much better fighting stance. But right now, oh, the Warp Prism is being targeted. The Archons aren't nearly as scary as this Warp Prism.
Yeah, the Warp Prism is what makes the Archons so powerful. I mean, if the Archons just drop off and there's no Prism to micro them, they die, and they don't do anywhere near enough. Honestly, you know, herO's really making this work out for himself, considering how the game's gone. You know, he's, really kind of staying in it to some extent. He's got a larger army supply. Okay, he's missing upgrades, but it's something. And if he can keep on harassing, well, you never know. He might be able to make this work out. Still 16 workers behind, though.
Yeah. Big attack coming over here. There's going to be some force fields these Lings can't dedicate. They know that, so that's why soO pulls off right away. If it looked like a good fight to take, it definitely wasn't going to be one. Also, herO's control these Oracles is ridiculous. 20 kills on one, 25 on the other. These have only been picking off like 2 and 4 workers here and there, but they've been doing it for a long time. I cannot believe those had so many kills between the 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, they grabbed a few Zerglings as well in the initial defense, which obviously helps. There's still a lot of units. We do see Lings wrapping around here. herO needs the force fields. And so far, they're good, but he doesn't lose too high tempo at the back. Maybe just out of range of the shield battery, which has been protecting the rest of these units. He'll clean up the majority of these Lings, but losing the high tempo is really painful.
Yeah,
meanwhile, 4 Archons.
And he's going super micro mode too. 2 Warp Prisms and 4 Archons means nothing's really dying easy. Kills a couple of Hydras. Was this worth it? I mean, look at the resources lost. It's not that crazy of a difference, but this was still really nice. And hero's not done yet. Not until the warp prisms go down.
And by the way, soO's now still only on 61 workers. hero's finally caught up, and with this efficiency of just trading better, even though he's been trailing in workers, it definitely helps him to make up for it at least a little bit here. And there's Archon still on the map and looking for more as Storm now finished back at home. You know, hero's getting into, again, a very playable position to actually take larger fights and all the rest of it in the coming moments, but soO not going to let up the pressure. Some Banes to the right-hand side, and obviously they could roll in and do some real damage.
Yeah, it'll be tough. There's a lot of units that have been left here this whole game. Meanwhile, oh, those quad Archon drops, getting some serious damage done. I'm loving watching heroO pull this off, as long as he doesn't lose these foolishly. I mean, even if they get a lot of kills, you still don't want to lose the Warp Prism with the Archons inside of it. The threat of these Warp-ins later on... Ooh,
oh no, the High Templar!
He tries to
he gets all
split!
free!
Dude,
how?
I don't even know what to say.
That was so far away.
Can we nerf Banelings, please? Hello? That was actually insane that grabbed all three of them, frankly.
That was actually kind of crazy. Meanwhile, these Archons are going to keep on micro and heroO. Losing the High Templar really sucks because that's a big reinvestment, and of course lose the energy he had.
Yeah, he's only going to have like one Storm for the fight, and frankly, those Storms, if they don't go on the Hydras, they need to bare minimum go on the Banelings. Either way, morphing in more is going to be absolutely necessary. For now, it's just Zealots. He doesn't have the gas to get that many more Templar, and this wall is not a wall at all. The Zerglings run right past. Archon should be able to clean this up, though.
Yeah, they can position over to the left, but now the army's a little bit segregated and Ling's into the main. heroO can't really afford to go and deal with that right now as Banes start rolling forwards. Already High Templar's taking damage. He lost the sentry too, and well, the Archon numbers are just disappearing as well. Probes in the main base getting massacred, and soO is all over heroO at the moment.
Twice this choke, this wall has failed heroO. He's gonna be cursing having played on this map right now. I don't know if you make these same mistakes on any other one, but damn. These Archons also starting to get a little out of position, exposed on the bottom side. Storm's jumping the back, though, so this might make up for it. Gonna get some good shots in there.
Might so just about keep heroO alive, but yeah, those Hydras to the top side are untouched, and that's going to be really difficult. A few Banes as well to kill it, still kind of bust results, and oh, he forces another Archon to morph in top side.
You know, the one thing going for heroO, and this isn't going well, by the way, he's lost so many probes in the natural of these Hydras. There weren't ranged upgrades, it was melee upgrades, and there's no Zerglings, there's no Banelings, it's just Hydras, so he is fighting what is technically unupgraded units. So this could be going so much worse, but that being said, I don't know that this went well, because heroO's on these dead army, dead-ass Immortals sitting here at almost no health, waiting to die, and now those Lings that do have those +2 on top of them, GG. soO ties up the series 1-1.
I mean, he really kind of was falling behind off that 12 pull, but that all in with the Ling Flood obviously did a lot of damage, and heroO made some real mistakes on this one. You know, he really did fall apart, and he let soO do that much damage, and he let soO get into that position and kind of start running all over him from there.
Well, guys, we're going to go to a commercial break here, just 2 minutes. So like I said, we don't offer ad-free viewing, but we do ads responsibly. It's every half an hour. It's about 2 minutes. We always let you know when it's going on, so sit tight. We'll be back soon. Before we go to ads, though, big thank you to Death Note BDGR. Sorry we didn't get that in-game, man. Things got pretty heated there towards the end. But thank you for that Prime sub nonetheless, and we'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes for game number 3. All right, good morning, guys. We're back. Oh, just in time for some bitty bits. Thank you, Black Spade Kemi, 300 stabs. Take my ad money with some sweet intros. If you're just joining the broadcast, by the way, thank you for that. It is tied up now 1-1. We're in the second semifinals. The winner of this goes on to fight against the 2017 BlizzCon champion, herO, in the grand finals. But spawning here to the top left, he is the Red Protoss from Root Gaming, herO.
And away to the bottom right-hand side, our BlizzCon 2017 runner-up is soO.
By the way, while that was kind of jokes and someone else said something similar in chat, just on the note of ads, guys. soO, you dirty bastard. I don't think he's actually going to commit with this. He just wants heroO to overreact. I was just going to say real quick, though, guys, oftentimes on the channel, our sub revenue is either less than or equal to our ad revenue. So honestly, those guys who you can never afford to donate, you aren't going to sub to the channel, but you're sitting here with Twitch Prime or you're watching our commercials, you do help out a ton. So don't take it lightly. It's actually a big deal, so thank you very much. He's going to chrono boost the Zealot for this, but the problem is, as we see here, you need at least 7 probes to out-damage the building rate of a hatchery. This cancels into an Evo chamber. It continues to be annoying. This delays the natural base, but most importantly, as we look through the income graph here, look at all this lost mining time. herO not mining with 7 workers is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a huge amount to be missing, and he is
no
still
way,
going
no
to throw
way.
down a pylon. Yeah.
No way. Oh, he's cannon rushing. It's like the latest cannon rush. Where's Sheezel? Someone page Sheezel right now. Sheezel's like actually waking up, like his spider sense is tingling. He knows there's a cannon rush on a pro level, and it's one of the best goddamn Koreans doing it.
It's gonna send a Zealot across too, which makes it even more powerful, right? So she already got 1 Zealot across the map, so he's gonna really be able to apply the pressure. Obviously, if he can get rid of this natural expansion, it will make up for what is a very late expansion of his own. He's gonna move a probe down to the 3rd base too. This could be a real don't choose me please moment.
Wow, I'm actually a bit shocked he didn't cancel this. He saw this, he knew the Zealot was attacking, he still went through with it. Now maybe the logic for Sue is this will buy me time from my other base. But herO's like, nah, bro. I got you on this one too, don't even worry. And the Zerglings are coming out so late, they're coming out so few. I mean, these might be able to get the pylons over here, but does Sue even know about it? No, he's got to check. Oh, he doesn't know. He's going straight across the map. That's not going to cut it.
No, there's no way he's going to do anything across the map. Zealot's now pulled down towards that low ground base as well. So the natural's going to fall. Does Sue cancel this 3rd? I feel as though he just lets it finish, but... this is kind of rough. At least he can get a drone out of the main still to expand elsewhere. He's building roaches as well.
So we saw him briefly turn around with the links in the middle of the map. He didn't know what to do. Like, Sue actually wasn't sure how to respond to this. He's like, do I come back on with 3? No, just keep going. This is bad. The roaches, in a great scenario, they turn into Ravagers and kill cannons. But I don't think he's thinking about killing these cannons. He might be thinking about killing these cannons. No, I take it back. He's actually going to commit for this. I don't know that breaking the National is going to be worth it. He'll lose a couple units. Oh, he recalls out. Oh, he's so smart.
Oh, that's so nice. Just keeps those units alive. Straight onto the
brilliant. Just bloody brilliant. herO. Oh, I want to get inside his brain and just explore around. He's so smart. This would be a little bit... Go on. Sorry.
I was just going to say, this puts him in such a great position, right? His Nexus starts before hatchery of the Zerg. He's up 3 workers already. He's got a good amount of units to potentially do more later. herO is really in a prime spot now.
Well, herO's got a garbage wall off. I hope he fixes that. It's too
that's one thing I was going to say as well. Like, it really is kind of the worst it could be. And also, maybe he doesn't have a lot of units which are very good against these roaches. Like a Stalker or 2 would help a lot, or even a Void Ray off of the Stargate. Builds an Oracle which will, it'll do something. But he might still take a little bit of damage here. But at least he does have a cannon, which is obviously something we don't usually see against this sort of roach attack.
But that cannon's going to go down very quickly to Corrosive Biles. There's no backup through a shield battery. It's just the standalone cannon. It is worth noting, though, Sue didn't clean up the 3rd base. He decided to just take the other one, which I think is a smart move. But as we see here, herO's got these units that can't really engage. The Zealots are too slow. They'll get kited around. Oracle comes on top of the Ravagers. It's going to use all of its energy just killing 2 of the Ravagers. It's not going to be able to clean up the roaches.
Yeah, these roaches are going to start making their way through. It's as you said, that cannon does not last very long at all. But there is only 4 roaches in here now, which isn't a terrible number. Like, a few probes can kind of fight this.
He doesn't have warp ins. I just realized, like, it took so long to get warp gate finished. By the time it does finish, the attack's already over.
That's a little bit of a shame. Finally gets a Stalker out, which is something he needed quite a while ago. 8 probes lost.
It's not just this 8 probes lost, though, because we got to measure it. This wasn't 1, but 2 hatcheries killed, not canceled. A really, really late natural. A really, really late 3rd. I mean, by all means, we look at the numbers on the board down here. It should be an even game. I don't think that's quite the case, though.
You know what? Spores aren't going to be ready in time for these Oracles, or maybe they will just a couple seconds after, but double Oracle is almost guaranteed to still do some damage to the point where Sue already pulled workers up into the main base, rather than leaving them on the natural without a queen to help support the Spore Crawler.
That's a smart move out of Sue. I will say this much, though. Last game we watched herO, like, okay, you mentioned a lot of it was lings, but there's still probably like a good 20 worker kills from this Oracle, just dipping in, killing 4, leaving, living, regenerating, coming back, killing 4. like herO's gonna have the option to do this for the next 5 to 10 minutes, whereas soO has not exploded in drones. He actually can't afford to lose 4 at a time like he could last time.
He's not just gonna... Okay, he's just gonna lose 4. God damn. I really thought his hero's gonna dive like a bit further and get like another 3 or 4, but it was just 4. I mean, he's just gonna be so careful with the oracles because he knows the value of keeping them high on health and the ability to just come back in again and again and again. I mean, soO is basically only making drones right now to try and catch back up. herO has this pylon, by the way, he needs to warp in.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. We slow warp-ins, but they will be protected by the cannons. I'm just trying to get over the fact that this was a proxy hatchery into a shield, a cannon rush retaliation, and no shield batteries were put down at all this game.
Ah, this is nice as well. Lifts the queen so that he has a little bit less defense. There's another 3 workers. Just good damage again by herO.
Keep looking at these warp-ins, expecting a couple zealots, a couple adepts, something, but meanwhile back at home there's 2 sentries on this wall. That's not a hole on the top anymore, and it's a little bit awkward to look at because the wall's not perfect, but that is a wall off.
Somehow, some way. One of the messiest wall offs of 2017.
Oh, hold my beer, Wardy. Wait till you see Rifkin wall off.
Yeah, I mean like a wall off that actually works to some extent, right?
Hey, hey, hey!
Your wall off just includes like walling the Zerg into their base.
I'm like, here's 7 command centers. Let's hope something here works. He does have a force field if that zealot were to fall, so he's still okay. Behind this too, I really like the +1 weapons out of herO. He could have gone for like a really fast charge that could have worked too, but +1 weapons will still give him what he's looking for here.
He's gonna get aggressive right with the 8 gates. He's already warped in the sentries to the right hand side, so he's really gonna hit quite hard as we're gonna see. Oh, the slings! It's a trick. It actually is a wall. Alright, we got you.
soO's going really all in with this, but he started a second Roach Warren. Okay, it was finished. I was like, is he going for Tunneling Claws and thing? But he doesn't have a lair, so this was just like a mistaken second Roach Warren? Like, 2 Roach Warrens for the 2nd place champion? I don't know. Nah, this is a small mistake. Because there are some times where we see Roach Speed and Tunneling Claws actually be a factor, but that's not going to be the case here. Queens are walking across the map, but those warpins did come in from those pylons. soO should have cleaned those up. Didn't. That's going to maybe cost him here. At least it pulls back. I mean, this buys herO more time to get warp-ins. Every second that goes by, better chance he holds on the defense. He can also recall these units at any given time, so this isn't like, oh my god, you know, herO's missing his whole army. He can bring these home in a moment's notice.
Yeah, he actually has quite a lot back at home as well, so it's not like he's just defending with nothing at all. And this is going to be nice. I mean, if this little squad of units is able to pick up a few reinforcements, this could go a long way. If he's just going to recall, I don't mind that either. Obviously, it gives him the chance to just defend more easily back at home with everything at once. And obviously, that's what he's kind of setting up into here. Because remember, he is just on gateway units with no upgrades.
I like this positioning too, not staying in the natural base. He would have been in a really bad choke, but now he actually force fields in his opponent. Queen's stuck in that front line fighting. Zealots getting some good shots in on the bottom side, but now that the Zealots are starting to disappear, so goes that chunky, meaty front part of the army. Stalker's now on the retreat. They've got +1 weapons. That's going to help out a lot with the Versus armor. 23 a shot as it continues to hit and run.
These Queens having the transfuses during the fight as well obviously goes a huge way to just keeping these units alive and really just, you know, creating very good trades for soO to keep on pushing forwards, and he's going to keep on pushing forwards again now as he gets in towards the natural. I mean, those oracles are low. Queen's still up. This is going to be a little bit painful. Ling is in the mineral line again. How many times this game?
He might lose the Cyber Core. This is really important. Stalkers are a huge part of his army and a big part of why he'll be able to fight this off. If he loses the Cyber Core, that won't be an option, but never mind. He's actually getting pushed back. So herO just pushes into soO and the Ravagers are going down. This army was the biggest army soO was going to amass this game. I think he knew it too, because there's no Queens. You know, he brought everything to that front line.
This really looked as though soO just had too much, but herO, you gotta remember the guy has 8 gates, right? So suddenly 8 more Stalkers join the fight. That's an overwhelming number. It's not like soO's reinforcing with Roach speed or anything. Those Roaches that he's making are slow, and now herO was able to get enough up, push that back, and, well, he defends this, and oh, soO does find an opening. He have to kill the pylon earlier. So again, a few more Lings.
Stupid wall. Stupid wall.
I just don't even know when it was walled off or when it wasn't at all. Like, it's just so hard to keep track of this wall in this game. But he is going to deal with these Lings fairly easily. I mean, what does soO do from here? Does he just keep on massing units? Because I feel as though this favors herO over time.
even when he was losing the fight, he actually did take the time to put down a 4th base. My thoughts were he's thinking about trying to play this game out, but realistically, this appears to just being used for larva. I mean, he knows he can't afford to make any drones right now. This counterattack that is inevitable is going to be big. It's got +1 weapons, but it's down in army supply. It doesn't look like it's going to have a warp prism with it. So some static D goes in it, and this might actually go a long way in the fight.
Yeah, we're actually going to see 14 more Lings on the way up as well. Lings do have the melee upgrade, by the way, and that's interesting because he didn't have many Lings in the last fight. So that melee upgrade was kind of wasted. Here we go, a lot of Lings going to run in for this surround, and they're still going to trap the cross of tiles. This is really nice already. Here, the stasis wall throw!
Oh, he takes out a lot of units in the fight, but it's still not enough for herO to commit with. I think he realizes the numbers game isn't going to favor him. He doesn't have recall up, I don't believe at least, so he's going to try and kite away, but oh man, that stasis trap came in like 2 seconds too late. That could have been a game-winning stasis trap.
Wow, I really love the addition of these Zerglings by soO. I really think it just makes fighting this army so much easier for him compared to the previous fights. And now those Lings are chasing, even more Lings are coming over as they get out of stasis. And herO's losing so much on his retreat back home to the point where you have to wonder, does he have a way to survive?
Yeah, he's not retreating to like a blink upgrade finishing up. He doesn't have cannons. He doesn't have shield batteries. He's got nothing going for him but warpins, and those warpins don't appear to be enough. Void Ray could go a long way perhaps, but I don't know if this will be enough to stop this entirely. Lings do manage to dart through the wall. A lot of roaches, a lot of ravagers still. Big warp into zealots, but they can't chase. They don't have charge. Cybercore's still not dead somehow.
This is such a weird combination. Is herO going to be able to push this back after kind of taking such a bad fight across the map? Lings running over. I mean, now the Cybercore has fallen charges on the way up, and it's only zealots to warp in here. But man, that charge is a long way away, and this Void Ray just takes so long to work its way through the Ravagers, so herO is losing workers. He's actually going to cross about down the Void Ray. It gets super low, but doesn't quite drop just yet. I mean, that's already damage dealt, and looks as though soO might still just break through here, especially if these workers that he's killing, and he does get the Void Ray.
I didn't realize you were talking with the one at the third. I'm looking at the Void Ray at the Nash. I'm like, what? There's nothing touching this one. You're on crack right now.
I lost my camera connection to you. That's what I was still following.
He did kill the Void Ray though. I mean, 1's not going to cut it. 2 was a maybe. Even then, it's not the case here with these Queens on the front line. They got transfuses. They can take out that Void Ray. herO losing that 3rd's going to be bad. GG gets called, and soO takes the lead in the series.
Boom, boom, boom. soO's playing pretty good all of a sudden. Like, these aggressive, weird games seem to be suiting him so far.
Suiting him?
Oh.
Well pun, Wardy. Veritably.
That would have been great if that was actually what I was going for in any way, shape, or form.
Just own it, buddy. Just own it.
Yeah.
We're going to get game number 4 set up. Before we do, got to give a big shout out to Regeltus coming in for 42 months. Dude, do you know the answer to life, the universe, and everything, Wardy?
42.
It's Regeltus. Thank you for the free subs. Says good morning, Rifkin, Wardy, and chat.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hey. It's actually afternoon for me. I'm like on life hacks right now.
Must be nice. Ring it in at 5:30 in the AM here on the West Coast. We got over 6,000 people tuning in for this, and it's only the semifinals. What's up, front page? How you doing? If you guys are joining us from the front page of Twitch, do me a favor, get in here, get in the channel. That way, if you got questions about StarCraft 2, you want to see the prize pool, you want to see the brackets, or you want to just talk smack, do it in chat. Also, hit the follow button while you're at it. Ooh. Rifkin, what do you get when you multiply 6 by 9? Dude, I don't know math. That's like, what, 54? Wait, I think it is. Hang on.
Yeah, it is.
50, yeah! Hang on, I gotta bust out. Where's the fucking air horn? No, we got the intro coming. Never mind. See you guys up live. Gotta give some more love. Black Spade Kemi throwing 200 bits our way, taking a stab at the boss, saying for the Ward Kid, great casting, guys. Also, we just saw a drone cancel, so you know what that means. It's that pool. Ladies and gentlemen, in the top right, he's got a lead in this series and looking to lock it down. Possibly, it's soO.
His opponent, can he defend? Better than last time, it's our Blue Protoss player, herO. When I say defend better than last time, the 12 pool defense was actually pretty okay. He definitely came out in the lead, but he cannot afford soO to get back in the game with a fling flood like he did last game around. So hopefully herO ups his defenses past the super early stages. Let's see.
Yeah,
hey, what do you think's that better? What do you think's that better casting name combo? Rifty or Walken? Walken.
Rifty.
I like Rifty.
Yeah. Also, I am noticing due to just guessing with the way people are replying in chat, if you guys have been watching the stream for like more than an hour at this point, do me a favor and just hit that pause and play again or refresh your page. Twitch is apparently it's not Twitch. Supposedly it's just your browser, but I don't know who to believe on this one. But the longer you watch a stream, the further you fall behind a delay. It's really stupid. So you can watch live and somehow end up being an hour behind everybody else. I often have this problem where like about an hour of streaming means I'm about 5 minutes behind the rest of the chat. So just hit that refresh button, guys, every so often. Make sure you're caught up to what's going on, when it's going on, because we are coming at you live today. Normally we rock a big, heavy delay, but we trust and love all the players competing today. We know they're not going to cheat, so we rocking with that live stream. Feels good.
Feels very good. Always love it. As we do see, though, the Lings approaching the front, and, well, herO, I mean, he's not really messing around. He's got the second gear coming up. He's defending so far, and, you know, if he gets the second Zealot out already, these Lings are not going to do much. So herO already up 9 workers this game. And defending very nicely, so.
Oh no! Who is it? Don't be me! Oh, it's soO. I mean, that sucks for soO.
Ah, what a defense!
Oh.
herO!
This is not going to be great to recover from. Like, okay, to be clear, guys, there's procedure for this. You're watching like, oh no, what's going to happen? We can recover replay. We can recover the game from like a couple seconds before the disconnect. Although I don't think that was, I don't know what that was. Because usually if it's a disconnect, it goes through the, yeah, it goes through like the full timer. And he's definitely offline. It still shows him in game. So yeah, it's looking like a crash more than anything else. I don't know. Do you want to host this, or should I?
Already doing it.
Good guy, Wardy.
I'm on point, man. What can I say? Yeah, that was kind of weird, because like you say, usually you kind of like lag out for a while and you count down, but then this was just like, his StarCraft just closed or something, so looks a bit more like a crash than anything else.
He accidentally Alt F4 and he's just like, oh, you got a wall up, son of a...
Yeah, I mean, right. Maybe. Never know.
For those who are unfamiliar, not sure what we're about to see, to walk you through this real quick while we get everyone back online and have soO relog in and all this, it's going to recover the game for the replay. It's going to fast forward to the point of disconnect. Because it's only 2 minutes in, it should be really quick. But it does put up a replay blocker, so players can't actually see what's going on like a normal replay. They can't analyze their opponent's base. They can't look at a production tab. They can't see anything. They're just put directly back where we took off, or where we left. It'll be like the game just got paused, and we'll go from there. So it sucks when this happens, but as much as I do love to totally shit on Blizzard for a lot of the mistakes and dumb things they do, this is still one of the greatest things that almost no other game has in terms of like ease of recovery from a big disconnect.
Yeah, it's nice. It saves us. The amount of times it happens now, like, you know, with these little bits and pieces, it's you know, with these DCs, like, can you imagine having not having it in the game?
I can't even remember years back like when we didn't have this, frankly, and I would hate to think about it. But yeah. Thank you, Black Spade Camo. Another 100 bits saying Rifty it is. Hey. What's that Ricky Morty thing? Let's get Swifty. Let's get Rifty. Thank you. That's a good one. I like that one. Thank you, Nervoth. 100 more bits coming in. But okay, here we are at the point of disconnect. 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Link slamming into that wall. Slamming! And we'll see if we can go from here. This is a really cool countdown, by the way. This is like, if you guys have never seen this before, yeah, how is this not a normal thing? Watch this. It's so sick. I love it. It's so cool. But okay, right back where we were. They got the same hotkeys. They got everything. So trying to recover from this. The Lings do not get past the wall. 2 Zealots are holding firm. Probes are not going down. And while this did delay herO's natural base, this has done nowhere close to enough damage. And while these Lings might play Ring Around the Rosie in the main, probe stacking, probe pulling, he's got this. This should be an easy hold for herO.
Did herO even lose a worker yet? I don't think so. Okay, he lost 1 single probe. I mean, this is just so good for him. Up 8 workers, obviously soO begins to draw now. But herO has double gateway, which means he's currently producing double adept. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to go straight across the map. 1 more probe picked off here. soO did a good job microing. But again, those adepts are going to force so many more Zerglings. They're going to probably kill a worker or 2. It's all going to be things which are just going to keep soO even further behind than he already is.
Yeah, I mean, part of this really is on soO. You go for this early pool the way he did. He did it without gas, without bailing, so it is one that kind of is, it's meant to lead to a macro game. But usually the Protoss player is so busy defending against this that you're like, okay, I get that time to squeeze in drones. I get that time to get ahead. But not having made any links at home, these adepts are going to get away with so many kills.
I mean, this is just straight up the damage, which is just going to keep soO from ever really getting back in the game, right? Nice dodge of the drones, at least so far, but...
I was going to say, this wasn't even well handled out of herO, frankly. This was actually controlled kind of badly, if we're going to be objective, but still 6 kills and a huge amount of lost mining time. This is just so good for herO. Yeah,
now his natural finishes his Twilight comes up with the robot behind it. I guess just a Dark Shrine going towards like the Archon drops here in the next few moments, and there it is. Dark Shrine drops down. I mean, the big thing is soO doesn't have a lair, and he doesn't have a Spore Crawl obviously available to come up on the third base. So how do you ever get a third hatch in this game?
Let's say normally these DTs are just for the Archon, so these might just be better off being DTs, frankly.
Yeah, they definitely could be in this scenario. I think soO's just going to all in anyways as well, like building a Rotron and building more lings. And obviously they're also DTs really good at defending all ins because there's not going to be any detection on the map for us big player. So soO's just walking himself into into kind of an impossible scenario.
Even if this wasn't Dark Templar as the next step, getting an Immortal with a Warp Prism, getting just 2 Immortals period, like there's just so many things going well for herO in this situation. We got a lot of subs to get caught up on, and I'm sorry I did not put the scores back up after we came back. Thank you guys for reminding me. It is 2-1 in the favor of soO. He is currently leading, and if he wins this game, herO's out. But if herO can hold here and counter, then it's going to game 5, baby.
Yeah, herO is definitely looking as though that's going to be the case as well, right? I mean, these adepts is threatening. They see all of these units, but he also sees the complete lack of Spore Crawls. I think as herO warps in a bunch of DTs here, I think soO might just kind of like instantly leave the game as they walk into his natural or something, because it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, oh, he's got the new skin. I forgot. They get these like Darth Maul blades.
Oh, they look so sick. I've not seen those before in game, actually.
They look super cool. I like them a lot. But yeah, Depths in the main to distract. Dark Templar straight up in the natural base. There's no chance of detection. If he starts a Spore Crawler, it's going to get focused down every single time. There's the tap out. GG! herO ties up the series 2-2. And that game, man, herO played that well, but that was all on soO, man. Just the choice to go for the 12 pool was like indecisive. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't.
Yeah, especially when the 12 pool didn't actually do that great itself the last time he did it. It was more the follow-up that did a good job, so yeah, I'm with you. I didn't really agree with it. Didn't like it.
Well, folks, it's been 27 minutes since our last commercial break. We're going to take a quick 2-minute breather as we get into the 5th and final game and find out which of these 2 players is going to go fight against Rogue in the best of 7 grand finals. So we will be back shortly. Also, I saw this earlier. Where was this guy in chat? Someone, there we go. Rocco Brutal says, hey, StarCraft fans. Kane SC says, hello back. That's the type of friendly, good stuff I like to see in chat. So thank you guys for being here. So gosh darn nice here in the morning. It is, of course, still 5:40 in the AM. But we got some good people awake for StarCraft 2. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon. All right, folks, we're back, and it's game number 5. There's actually a lot to say about this, but before we do the intros, gotta give a big shout to Black Spade Camu coming in once again, and once again, more bits on bits on bits. 1,000 during the intro says Cuzwarty, then 1,000 more going whoop. Thank you very much, Black Spade Camu. Give him some love in chat if you see him, guys. Also, Forehead Hee says, I'm stumped to see StarCraft 2 getting 6K viewers. What's going on? A little bit of front page action, thanks to Twitch, and a little bit of passion from good people enjoying a great game. And we have an awesome series on our hands, too. Spawning here to the bottom right. Might not be 12 pooling, but still looking to get a bit aggressive with that gas, perhaps. We have, of course, the Blue Zerg, soO.
We do have his opponent to the top left, tying things up with that defense. And the follow-up, of course, it's our Red Protoss player, herO.
And he's on a little bit of a cheeky pylon block, but not the end of the world. So can just deal with this with his pool if he needs to. This is really cool, though, guys. Here's what it boils down to. If soO wins this game, it's the final match. There's no more after this. It'll be the grand finals. If soO wins this, we have a BlizzCon 2017 rematch. Best of 7, soO versus Rogue. If herO wins this, we have the BlizzCon match that should have been, in some people's eyes, herO versus Rogue. Either way, Rogue awaits in a best of 7 to play the winner of this game.
Well, it
And
was the BlizzCon match that happened in the round of 8. In the round of 8.
Hmm?
It did happen in the round of 8, herO Rogue of BlizzCon.
Oh, you're right. I'm so dumb. Thank you,
Yeah,
Woody.
I think the thing is though, like a lot of people saw that as like a potential like finals already. And you know when like it seems stupid to say it with BlizzCon so stacked, but like it's very possible if herO was on the other side of the bracket that he would have gone all the way to meet Rogue in the finals. You know?
Oh,
So,
I just remembered why I didn't remember that, and I can't go into it publicly because there's a bit of drama. But I got to watch a Laserverse special, then, or not a Laserverse special. What am I saying? I can't. Did I even watch BlizzCon? Was I there? Hello. I got to watch Special vs. TY. Excuse me. Then we had to leave and take care of some stuff, and I got back for like the semifinals. So I can actually completely miss that match entirely, like 100%. Feels bad, man.
feels bad.
I will say, side note, one of my favorite parts of all BlizzCon, though, wasn't even the games. It was playing Red Flag with you and Joe and everybody, like that one night.
Dude, that was so fun. Oh my god. Yeah, it's funny because like you go to BlizzCon, you think you're gonna like watch all these StarCraft games, and obviously it's great to watch the games, right? But there's so many other memories, especially just meeting people. And that game, Red Flag, was so good.
Man, well, it was you with the Avillo comment on it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna repeat it. If you guys didn't see the tweet, you can go dig it up if someone really, really wants to. If someone really knows what we're talking about. But yeah, Wardy's a bloody genius.
That's maybe the funniest I've ever been.
I used it up when I wasn't on stream. No. herO continues to go with the Stargate opener. I don't know. For every other Protoss out there, I'm like, Stargate opener seems bad. Like, you're wasting your time. It doesn't do enough damage. It's hardly ever worth it. But herO, like, with this double Oracle, the Phoenix Clamp Overlords, like, I actually really like the way he's been using his Stargates this series.
Yeah, man, he's getting real value out of them. You know, he's not just your sort of like, oh yeah, I get the oracles, and if it only kills one worker, it's cool because I'm gonna, you know, how do you say it? I guess you only get one worker. It's like it's cool because I'm using them for map control. It's like, oh yeah, I'm getting like 4 workers on my first entry, and my 4 more workers the next time. So it's going pretty sick.
I like this stream. I'm glad you do, Radioactive 74 Life. Welcome to it. Hopefully you'll slap that follow button down because we got a lot of StarCraft this week to make up for the last few days of 2017. We got the Corsair Cup Grand Finals happening tomorrow. That's basically the European version of this. Then we have the People Images tournament that has 3 foreigners and 1 Korean in its semifinals.
And finals, right?
Well, we'll see who gets through to the finals.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say like I thought you just saying that was this week as well. It's like semifinals and finals on 2 different days. I've seen the schedule.
Yeah, we got some good StarCraft, and Wardy using our calendar appropriately instead of crying about it. Good to see.
Hey, it's sick because every single time you guys go offline or just before you go online, I'll be streaming. There's literally gonna be StarCraft all week for everyone.
I was gonna say, it's really good for the fans because, like, as much as people can make whatever assumptions about us, at the end of the day, it's more StarCraft for them, which is yeah, not a bad thing. Okay, Oracles are not doing nearly as much as in previous games, but they also have a ton of energy banked up. My thoughts are on this for, you know, if soO does such a good job deflecting, hero's just gonna start throwing out stasis traps all over the place. And between stats and herO, I've seen both of them win games without killing any units, just by putting down 1,000,000 stasis traps.
Hero's just gonna kind of try and kill soO, by the way. He just has like a bunch of zealots charge and like 8 gates. Was it 7 gates? It's 8.
It's more than enough is what it is. There's the big war
nice
revealed.
Yeah, that was a nice little pickup though on those few units as they get surrounded there. I mean, with Lings and Hydras on the way out, it becomes very difficult to kind of see herO really busting through with just pure zealot basically, but that's what he's got.
You know what? If he warps in like 2 sentries and force fields this ramp, he kills this third so easily.
Yeah,
Not to mention stasis traps on the backside. That'll soak up some Lings, but they do get taken out immediately. Here we go inside the mineral line. It's a good place to fight. The Oracle doesn't quite live through this. The Queens actually do focus it down. They're top. The Warp Prism too. If the Warp Prism falls, so will hero's attack. Oh, this is going to fizzle badly.
Yeah, this is not working at all. Now those Zealots are trying to retreat, but Lings can chase, of course. And that's what we're seeing here. Zealot after Zealot going down.
No, he's used all these Chronos. He doesn't have energy for recall. Okay.
Can I just say how weird this attack was? He's got 1,000 gas in the bank for like a mass Zealot attack. It just doesn't add up, right? Like, that doesn't make sense. It's like he sort of forgot to do something somewhere along the way.
Well, at least with the Templar Archives, we'll be able to eat up that gas, warp in some Archons, get this on the front line ASAP. Not sure if he'll set up Storm right away, because the funny thing is he will have the gas to casually do that with, but we'll see if he has time. That might be a bigger problem. One of the good things this one Oracle that lived, though, does is combination, reveal the army, tags it with Revelation, and a bit of attempted harass with Stasis Traps. Also, can I just say, I've never seen an Oracle cast Revelation from behind. That looked really weird. I didn't realize the top part, like, lifted up. How does that even work?
It's a strange unit, man. It's a strange unit.
Yeah, I mean, it went from originally never ever killing units to being disgusting and balance whining worthy.
Never killing units? Are you crazy? When was that?
Who is it? Someone's got that sound clip. I think it's like a sub or something. Maybe someone in chat knows what I'm talking about. Someone has like a clip. It's either a donation or like a sub sound where it's Dustin Brown. They're going, "This unit will never kill workers."
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. You're talking about the real first iteration of the Oracle. I got. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was so terrible. When it used to like cover the minerals in like little bubbles that you had to attack through.
See, that was kind of, I like the idea where that went. You saw Roddy, of course, with Frodan on like NASL do the whole like force the workers into one spot and storm them. Like, there's cool combos.
Yeah.
That stuff for me was so sick.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool
utility.
called. Yeah, and Tomb. And now it just sort of like shreds every worker it comes into sight with. It's pretty insane.
Luxurious Death has a chat. Beastie Cutie. Beastie Cutie is the one that's going to sound Beastie and his one more sub. Oh my god! It's some stormy weathers out here on the front lines, and it's getting a little bit greedy trying to keep that tempo alive. Almost loses all four. It's the main. He's still not safe, but he does get out of there. Oh my god. My heart's racing a mile a minute here for Hero. I don't even know how he's holding up through this.
That's 4 high tempo that just sort of stuck down here now, though. And that kind of sucks a little bit to the left-hand side of the map. We do have a bit of an attack.
He could recall, actually, and get this out of there.
That is true.
And normally,
that's actually, wouldn't be bad.
Well, one tempo you wouldn't normally do that for, but 4? Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I think it'd be worthwhile.
Whoa! Logic playing some sexy music to our ears. 50 bucks! What? I'm donating again, because fuck it! With a heart. Dude, Logic, thank you so much, dude. If you guys didn't know, Logic already threw 50 bucks our way, so can we chat, get some hearts in chat for fucking Logic, and if you're stubbed, throw some ASAMs, make it rain, because he just did. Thank you, Logic. But, ooh, big attack. Sue's got weapon upgrades for this. +1 on the melee, so Banelings and Lings hitting pretty hard. 4 Templar missing from the fight. Maybe the Storms and Shield batteries will make up for this, though?
Maybe. I mean, we're going to see a couple of high Templar already throwing Storms. The fact that he has Storms still at home anyways is going to be huge here. We're just going to be seeing this initial fight. He just doesn't have any like backup to like the tech units, right? Oh, he's got so much on the high ground.
He has to leave it there, though. He has to leave it until the Banelings are gone. It's all Zealots. If he charges those in, he loses the fight for sure, but now comes in over here, tries to sneak in without Warp Prism. He's handled the fight at home quite well, frankly, and Sue's now down to half the army supply. Hero's caught up and he's got his own upgrades. This is looking better and better for Hero.
Yeah, this is looking as though Hero's going to be able to make this happen. I have to say, like, after the first attack, I thought he was kind of done for, but he did keep the worker count of Sue low, and some nice harassment here kept that worker count low, and so Sue wasn't able to build up as much of an army as I thought he would. And now Hero is actually in a prime position, maybe. I mean, maybe not push forward, push on to creep is scary, but he's in a good spot.
I so very badly, first off, these auto attacks are so bad. I really want this regular pushing him down the middle of the map by the Hero, and I want him to come in from behind and get those storms in, but he's going to end up storming the main base. There's quite a few drones here to grab. We'll get Larva with this too. Feedback on the Queen, maybe? Oh, it is, and an auto attack finishes her.
No way.
So sick. Way. These things get softened up. This was such a good attack.
I've never seen the auto attack of a High Templar kill anything. Sue's gonna snap, and he's just gonna go at the front here. High Templar are gonna get hit by those Banelings, but the Zealots now can come forward with those Banelings gone.
That's a big concave of Hydras, though. I don't know Hero wants to be fighting this. Warp Prism sails right past it. That's a mistake. Might lose this. He needs this Warp Prism. If he doesn't get Zealots in, he can't fight. He loses the Archons. The Warp Prism actually went into the main, not the front line. So Sue's the one in trouble. Well, he takes an army fight out here, and he's going to kill the Immortals. That's going to be great. He loses everything in the main. Hydralisk then's going to go down. Templar here, ready to storm, ready to feed back, ready to roll. In fact, he could lift these down to the low ground. Oh, these forests! No, the storms! Oh, no! There's no way Sue gets up this ramp!
No, there's just no way he can, especially not with more Zealots coming through. Archons as well, getting ready to go. And these are just going to keep on pushing down. herO's doing so much over here to make up for those units lost in the center.
Freaking scumbag zealots pushing that Archon to that front line.
No, you go. No, you go. I don't want to go. You go.
Oh, no. On the ramp, he's so choked up. A Warp Prism dies, but it was the second one. Force Field going to hold this position. He clears out the main. There's the Hydra then goes down. That's really bad for soO.
Yeah, this is really tough for him. He actually loses an Archon here, and the other one goes down as well, so some mistakes by herO. He will at least get out of there with some sentries.
No, Willie, the Warnie! It's going to be so close!
Super close. He just doesn't get down. herO loses a bunch of sentries, but again, damage dealt. He just has to hold off the counterattack immediately, and he should still be in a good position. 10 workers ahead, both Nexus coming up. Killing off a base of soO as well, obviously.
Oh, man. soO actually might not go for the immediate counter, though. Yeah, consider the last fight he took was with a big army supply, huge concave, upgrade lead in his favor, and he still lost out to herO. So he might be too scared to counter. That means herO's going to get this base up.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him either, because it's not like he has loads of lings to morph into Bane, so it'd be like pure Hydra. And herO does have some storms, and so pure Hydra alone probably isn't quite going to cut it, as Lone Zealot gets a kill or two.
Even just denying the mining like this, 100 minerals in that Zealot to deny a good 40 seconds of mining? I mean, taking a quick peek at the income graph, it's already favoring herO in a big way. In fact, we haven't looked at the army graph. I'm going to take a quick peek over here. And this is probably the worst one to look at. This dip here looks bad. This dip is the worst.
Wow, that's a real up and downs. And that just really encapsulates how this game has gone. Like some really scrappy engagements, as we do see some workers getting picked off on the 4th base. I think just a couple of Banes there. I mean, good response by herO, because that could have been so much worse with +2 melee in the game.
It's a lot of Templar primed and ready with almost 2 storms each.
I mean, this is the issue that as time goes on, herO's still in this composition, which is very good for him as the game goes later. But soO's still just stuck on Lair Tech and Lingbane Hydra.
Oh, I love this, by the way. This guy gets a shout out. Rias Grammar in chat. That army graph is some Bitcoin bubble stuff. Yeah, is this an army graph or is this the Bitcoin from the last, like, 3 weeks? Who knows? They look about the same.
Oh, man.
I put about $250 in Bitcoin a couple months back, and I lost 100 of it because fucking Coinbase is garbage, but I still had $150 US worth of Bitcoin, and I've watched that shit blow up to like be almost worth $900 at one point. I don't know where it is now, but I'm like, I got no intention to do anything with this other than hopefully be the guy 10 years from now. It's like, oh yeah, I put $150 in Bitcoin like 10 years ago, and I'm a millionaire. So I'm not so concerned with the rise and fall of it, but watching my friends who become obsessed with cryptocurrency, they've been just like crying and dying over like these changes. I'm like, you guys, what do you expect? It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I think it's so expected for it to drop like in the next, well, like when it did. It was like definitely coming.
I got Litecoin, about other cryptocurrency. Man, it's scary. I'm like not rich enough to be able to afford to invest in that shit. It's too volatile. I wish it was though. But okay, we got this Warp Prism that has been caught in the top right. soO knows where it is. It's a lot of Banelings coming in. Oh my god. But while this goes on, herO, he's been advancing his attack. He's got a lot of storms, but most notably, he finally has a mothership coming out. Detection isn't a big deal, but it's going to help a lot if that Overseer's picked off, because there's only one after all. Yeah,
we're going to be seeing this army of soO. Has maxed out here, so he's gotten up to a maxed army, but still, it's very scary with herO on a mothership, on so many storms. Immortal count is back up as well. herO, though, in the middle of the map, as he does now find the army of soO to the south side, he'll reposition. He is in a good position here to get this fight going.
Storms. There's so many storms available for this.
And the right-hand side of the map as well. herO's doing a lot of damage also. Drones are pulling away. The base is under heavy attack. And the main army of soO is just not getting close without just getting battered by the stormy weather. You're just going to see herO continue to drop storm after storm, but he is gone broken a little bit here. Some Banes making their way through, and High Templar dropping.
But all the Zealots that walked in are just denied with the pylon going down.
Wow, that's huge as well, but there's still some storms available, and like one herO, Archon, and Immortal just sort of making this happen. And in the meantime, that right side base went down.
Yeah, I think this is the real deal breaker here. I mean, this was a great fight out of soO, and in normal circumstances, that trades out, and you're like, cool, I'm satisfied with killing all the Templar. But even with the resources lost, look at what it is. It's not quite even, guys, because this base going down was a big deal for soO.
it always sucks to lose a base, but he lost a bunch of drones as it went down as well. So it's not like he just lost out on a hatchery and he can transfer those workers elsewhere, which maybe would have been just fine because he does have other hatches up on the map. Another ship now joining this army, and it just makes herO even more scary to go against. I mean...
Dude, I know what you already. I'm so on the edge of my seat right now because it's still like I'm looking past this game. We're casting the game in hand, sure, but it's like who goes on to fight against Rogue? And every time it switches, I'm like, oh, that could be cool. Oh, that could be cool. Oh, that's gonna be really cool. Oh no, hero's done it. Hero versus hero. Like it's. I don't know who actually takes this, but this is so sick. This is so important because that best of 7 finals alone has like $1,500 of the $2,000 prize pool on it alone.
Yeah, it's going to be really intense as we do see this Lingbane Hydra positioned down to the south side once again. So he's just moving all over the place. So much on the line for this game because obviously it's a big difference finishing in 3rd and 4th and obviously going through and potentially winning the entire tournament, right? And, you know, I think both these guys have the capability. I mean, it's not going to be easy to beat Rogue, but they're both capable of putting up a fight and taking that series potentially as well. Again, hero's just non-stop with these, man. Never ending.
We're moving on to carriers, are we? All right, then. These are not well upgraded nor mass-produced, but if herO has the time to turtle up and do it while he continues to just spend zealots harassing, I mean, we just see Zerg players cry about the endgame composition on and on again, and frankly, for good reason. Even with the new Infested Terran anti-air weapons, even with the Infested Terrans getting upgrades, Corruptors, Vipers, you name it, it seems to be a little too difficult to take on that late game air at times. And I think the problem with it isn't so much the carriers. It's not the mothership providing cloak. It's all the Templar that have proven to be a problem this game are going to continue to be a problem going to the late game.
I love that herO just gets some carriers up as well, by the way, because the reality is for soO, he just doesn't break a carrier-based army with what he's got right now. Like, he has to invest into so much to truly be able to fight this. He has to go into, like, a Spire, probably even a Hive for some Vipers. All of this is just stuff he can't afford, right? Because he has to mass up the army just to fight the ground.
And even if it goes into it, it's exactly what I was just talking about. Like, what do you mass corruptors? They'll stack up, you storm them. You're gonna go for Mutalists? Nah, don't even think about it. Like, there's just not a lot of great situations or options once this comes into play. But like 4 carriers, honestly, you can fight that. Anything more than that, that's when things get really, really bad. I will say that, by the way, as good as I've seen the previews for the was it the Purify Carrier skin, I still think the Dark, was it Amon or whatever the hell these war chest skins are. I think these are the coolest ones. They got giant blades on the side, battlecruiser style.
No, I think the mothership looks awesome with that. It's pretty.
Big attack on the top side.
Right, once again. This time soO's kind of in position to deal with it, but even still, like, in terms of efficiency, this is not terrible for herO because each side will take down a few lings. So it's just kind of burning minerals on either side. Nice for soO to shut it down, but obviously the potential for herO, and it's just keeping soO moving around the map rather than gathering his whole army together and getting a concave.
This is where StarCraft 2 gets the most interesting for me. I mean, we see this a lot of chat too. It's what we're just talking about on the cast. Can a Zerg player even beat this composition? And the reality is they can. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. And frankly, it relies more on your opponent making mistakes than anything else. And that's where I get interested in StarCraft 2. Like, it's not about can you make the right composition of units to take on herO? Can you force them to be out of position so you can trade a base? Can you make your opponent make those mistakes? Or do you fall prey to the A move? Like, there's a lot of things that go on right now that are beyond, like, oh, making simply Corruptors or making simply Hydras. In fact, soO is starting to show some of this off here. Top side attack and south side attack simultaneously.
I mean, we've seen the Zards having to warp into defend here, so finally soO getting kind of onto the map and forcing herO around, but herO, he's already coming across here. Banes are being soaked by Archons and Immortals, and that's obviously great storms as well. Harry's getting to play. Nice round, though, by soO from the left. Is that enough?
Do you just recall or do you walk away?
Yes, you just kind of fall back, because at least you're going to get off creep pretty quickly.
That was a brilliant move out of soO. What I really liked was the charge forward with the Banelings, because even if you can't see what you're shooting, all you gotta do is take out the Templar. Again, the carriers are scary, but it's Templar that destroy Hydras, not carriers. It's Templar that eradicate all the Zerglings, not the carriers.
Yeah, the High Templar really also important here. As carriers have actually found this base down south, and they are maybe going to get it before the Hydras can respond. And so this is just going to go down. There's just no response because soO's actually moving across the map. So soO's just going to go for a big counter-attack. There's a recall. Obviously gets herO back into position to some extent. And here we go. Does soO want to fight into this now that the carriers are back home?
The auto attack out of the Templar is noble, but not very effective.
We're doing like 1 damage a hit, I promise. You know, we're seeing the Hydras here. You saw the break through this topside base as well. I mean, shutting down gates, cannons, pylons. It's all things that held out. Even the Dark Shrine is amongst this mineral line for whatever reason. herO comes in though, and the carriers will just scare these Hydras away.
Look at these storms. Wardy the Warp Prism on the right side. He's looking to catch these Hydras with some good storms.
He forces them back a little bit. Yeah, he forces the Hydras to like fall back a little bit into Zealots. Obviously that doesn't end well. These Hydras just can't really fight these carriers. The Corruptor's on the way now.
Well, while this went on, though, soO did get to the mineralize. This wasn't all for nothing. He got 18 probe kills. He's going to kill a Nexus at this rate, too. But herO's kind of... we're getting close to that unstoppable position anyways. Now, there's no Blink Stalkers, so chasing down these Corruptors is going to be difficult, but Archons just need 1 or 2 good shots. I mean, 47 damage a shot, all in splash. Say goodnight, Corruptors. But if herO plays this smart, he should never have those units really in range of the Corruptors. He shouldn't be out of position. Oh, Nexus stays alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nicely defended by the DT. I think there was a bit of split damage there from the Nexus to the Dark Shrine, and you know, soO could have probably gotten one of those, but he actually didn't get either in the end. As we do see, well, this army of herOs still pushing. The Bane start to crash in, but not on too much. Most of the Archons which can survive it. I mean, the Corruptors are here, but they're dropping pretty quick, and these Archons are getting underneath. The Corruptors just aren't doing enough fast enough, and
I love the shuttling of the Archons underneath the Corruptors, but he almost didn't even need them. The carriers were actually winning this fight. They can't see. There was no Overseer for so long. GG! herO takes the series 3-2. And we have a ZVP Finals. herO versus Rogue. Yes.
Oh, man. I was totally looking forward to the CVZ best of 7.
I know. There was
fun to see chat whine.
Well, even sarcasm aside, it's a rematch of a BlizzCon Finals. There's so much story, just like established in that match. Should that have been the case, but unfortunately, soO will fall. Heartbreaking to see. How much money does soO? soO and Solar will walk away today with $130 at the least, bare minimum, in their pocket. Hopefully it's more as we continue to pump up the prize pool. Also, thank you, Logic, for helping put me and Wardy over our goal. So it's about 50 bucks each for casting today. Feels pretty good, man. Thank you for joining me, Wardy. And thank you, Logic, and all these other bits coming in. Black Spade Kamui, 750 more bitty bits. herO, yeah, buddy. Dude, Black Spade Kamui, I know you got this really sexy orange butthole next to your name in chat. How close are you to the next one? Let me know. We're gonna go to commercial break. We're getting the video started. It's veto to 1, and then loser's pick in this best of 7. We'll see you guys for Rogue versus herO when we get back.